All right, guys, let's get it going. Let's get everything rocking and rolling. You know, the biggest thing is about being with yourself or in business or anything. Hold on one second. Let me make sure I can find everything on point. I got everything too loud to hear. But our goal is to keep everything super simple, right? Because the biggest goal when you get everything started in business, what we do is often make things complicated because what we want to do is we want to achieve the end goal, right? But we want to do it in the most efficient way. And so what we're going to do today, we're going to dive into the MyECON systems and strategies that's going to help you to achieve your goal, whatever that end goal that you want to achieve, right? Because what do we talk about? We are looking at our three solutions, okay? And those three solutions are always cash flow management. Why do we talk about that? We talk about cash flow management because it helps you to achieve your current lifestyle. Helps you to make sure that your future lifestyle is better, right, than what you could possibly be. Right, so you want to increase your cash flow. It's for your end goal. So we help you with those particular strategies that provides for you the solution so that you can pursue your individual purpose. Remember, this is about the real you, okay? Renewing excellence and advancing leadership, okay? And then what we talk about, business income. These are the three solutions, the three platforms that we stand on. Business income. and then investment income. Okay, so those things, those strategies that are working for you is for you to be able to get to your end goal. But the thing is, we often want to skip around because we think we know exactly what we need without actually having been to the end goal. Okay, so the thing is, to make it easy for yourself, depend on a system and a strategy that other people have already used to achieve their end goal. Okay, and you can see and you can watch and see, how successful that they are, and then just implement the strategies. See, when you use strategies, you don't have to worry about whether or not it's the charisma. When you use strategies, you don't have to worry about whether it's sales, okay? Because you're using strategies, you're understanding that it's just simple as saying that, hey, I want to get to Z, and right now I am on A, okay? And so when I understand this, then I know how to start at A, and I know I want to get to Z, but there's about 24 letters in between, right? That I don't know anything about. I have not been there before. So my thing is, there's some people along the path that have been to D, some people along the path that have been to L, some people that are right beside you that are at step B. So you have all of those in the real university, and you can learn along the way. And then while you're learning, you can return and actually earn at the same time, okay? So that's what we want to do today, is to make sure that you revamp and start again, brand new, okay? So right now I'm going to share with you this screen so you can see what we're looking at, all right? And what you'll see in front of you is the par sheet, okay? Now with the par sheet, our goal, our ultimate goal, okay, is to get you to a point to where you can start and eliminate the obstacles that are in your way, those that you know about and those that you don't know about. Okay, we have people like myself that's been in business for over 30 years or so, and then we have people that have been in different stages of business or different types of business, different stages of business. Okay, so we put all those together so that you can learn and overcome all the things that you need to overcome so that you can achieve your goals. Okay, it's all about you, and the thing that is missing, right, is the dedication of you saying, hey, I'm making the decision at this moment in time to go forward. Okay, and that understanding is to say, hey, I understand that I need to do X, Y, and Z, but there are things that are in my way. Okay, and make a realization of what's in your way, and then document it and say, okay, I understand that this right here is in my way. Let's say, for instance, I know I need to do this, but I didn't do it because I procrastinated. All right, or I didn't do it because I made an excuse of this and this. See, at the point in time, it's great to be seen, right? But the most important thing is to get your purpose pursuit, okay? Because anybody can post, anybody can be seen out and do different things on Facebook, Instagram, and be seen as doing things. But personally, how do you feel about your results personally? That's where it breaks down. That's where the rubber meets the road, okay? And see, that's where I'm talking to you about. I'm not talking to you about getting out there and doing another pill, potion, or lotion. I'm not talking to you about getting out there and enrolling or selling something, right? I'm talking to you about saying, hey, what is your end goal? And let's get you to that end goal, right? So let's look at the par sheet right quick, okay? Now, within the par sheet, what this is simple sheet to help you get started, okay? It's simply to get your brain into motion, okay? And how we're going to fill this par sheet out, it's only 50 people on here. And in most people's phones, there's at least 250 people or so, okay? So, but we're only talking about the 50, all right? Because our goal is to get your dream going. Our goal, not to get anything else about anything else, okay? Understand, when you're starting to, let's say, for instance, get a car on the road, right? Your goal is to formulate the car, okay? So the tires, right, they're a part of the car, right? But it is not the car. Okay, so what I'm showing you is how to get to your goal, and these things are part of your goal, no matter what it is. No matter what it is, okay. So those of us that are just building our, let's say, for instance, our businesses, whatever the end goal is, then your business has to be formatted with individuals that believe in your goal, that believe in your passion, that believe in your purpose. Okay. And so what we have to do is expose the individuals that are in your circle to the power of your decision to go forward after your goals. Okay. And so we list them here. And so what we do is we use a system called grouping. And let me show you that here. I'm going to share you the other sheet. And if you're looking, you can find these on the Team Purpose Pursuer page. Just go into the files on the Team Purpose Pursuer page. And then there you can find the par sheet for 2020. Okay. All right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take a gander. If you're unaware of gander, that's an old word for taking a look. Okay. So what we're going to do is going to make sure that we can see this properly. I'm going to enlarge this here. Okay. And so what we see in front of us is the MyECON one-page document for what to do when you're new, right? Because so many times, I hear individuals may say, I'm in, know what to do now, right? Or either, sometimes like myself, I was in the business for 3-4 years, doing it incorrectly. Okay. And so when I needed to restart, I needed to bring out this sheet and actually go by the document, right? So it's a lot of things that we do. Okay. And we do those things because it was taught to us, right? So let me tell you a story. Okay. And the story is about the crock pot and the roast beef, okay? The crock pot and the roast beef. You're going to love this one, okay? So this is the story here. It was about a grandmother, mother, and a daughter, okay? And so the grandmother always made really good roast beef. And she used, I'm going to use a crock pot, right? They didn't, but let's just keep that in imagination, okay? So she made really good roast beef in a crock pot. So what she did was she would cut the end of it off, right? And put it in the crock pot, right? So she taught the daughter, the granddaughter taught the daughter, right? The grandmother taught the daughter how to do the same thing. The daughter then taught the granddaughter how to do it, the third generation, right? So the granddaughter is now cut the end off the roast beef and putting it into the crock pot to make a good dinner, okay? So what ends up happening, the husband of the granddaughter says, hey, why didn't you cut that end off the meat and throw that away and put it into the crock pot to cook it? And the granddaughter said, well, that's just how we do it. That's just how we do what we do. We make great food, okay? And that's how we do it. She couldn't say exactly the reason behind it, okay? So she got inquisitive. So she called her mother. Her mother said, hey, baby, that's just how my mom taught me, and that's how I taught you. Okay. And then the granddaughter says, hey, I'm going to call Granny. And Granny gets on the phone and says, hey, Granny says, I understand you had a question. What was that? The granddaughter says, hey, my husband asked me, why do I cut the end off, when I make the roast beef in the crock pot? And she said, well, baby, at this time when I was making it, we only had small crock pots. Now you have large crock pots. So you don't have to do that any longer. Okay. So what I'm saying is she had based a whole philosophy behind something that she really didn't understand why it was done, even though it created similar results of success. Okay. And so that's what most of us are doing. We're simulating the success of others. And so we have small successes, right? And so we sometimes don't continue along the way. And so we have those small successes, and we sometimes wonder, if you were like me, I wonder, okay, what is up with Bill Gates? What's up with Jay-Z? What's up with Oprah? Why are these individuals any different, right, than me? What what is that they have? And then I saw the stories of the individuals that started in their garages. I saw the stories of individuals that started, and they talked to 200 people about their goal, right? Which was, I think Bill Gates had a numerous amount of people that he spoke to about his idea. Okay, and a lot of people he didn't even have cash to help those that went forward with his idea. He actually gave them shares. Okay, now those people, of course, are millionaires. Okay, so that's what you're looking for when you're sharing your goal, you're sharing your dream, right? You want to make sure it doesn't matter if they say yes, no, maybe so, as long as they tell you quick, because you got to go, right? So I'm gonna enlarge this so you can see, we can all see that a little bit better here. Okay, so let me go back to make sure. All right, cool beans. So now what we're going to do is we want to make sure that we are living the example of a systematic approach to life, right? Because no matter what it is that we're doing, if we want to gain weight, we want to lose weight, right? If we go on a job, or if we are transitioning, no matter what that is, if we go into a different place, then there are skills, right, that they teach us. There are ways that we have to do when we are there. You ever heard the term when in Rome, do what Romans do? Okay, so when you go to a particular area, even if you go to your grandmother's house or your mother's house, right? Like I went to a friend's house, and and the mom keeps the temperature really high, right? There's no way that I would go in there, or that he would go in there and adjust the thermostat, okay? Because that is her culture, right? So when you come in and you want the results, right, of the results you want, then you have to take on the culture, right, of the end goal. So if you say, hey, I want to be the successful engineer, I want to be the successful astronaut, I want to be the successful CEO of the corporate arena. See, I'm not just talking about entrepreneurial things, or I want to be a actual business owner of my own actual business, okay? Because I want to have both, maybe. Whatever that end goal is, right? You have to designate what that looks like, okay? So the most successful person in your arena. Okay, how often do you follow those individuals? The most successful person that is doing what you want to do, okay? Or are you simply saying, I want to do X, Y, and Z, so I'm only going to follow the things that I want to do? And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn around and show the others how my system works. Ask how many people, ask the SBA, the Small Business Association, how many businesses try that same thing? 9 times out of 10. Ask the world, why is it over 50% that are getting divorced? Okay, ask people why they 98. I won't say what is it, 78% of the people don't have $1,000 that they can put their hands on. Okay, ask the world, why is it that it's $500 that could have saved the majority of people from losing their home? Okay, so these are type of things I'm saying because the answers are there, but they're not being applied. And what's happening is because we have this thing to where we want to have the freedom, and we take that freedom to mean that we shouldn't follow a proven system. Okay, and so we say, hey, I want to be creative, I want to do this thing, and I want to see the world come in. Yes, that is true, but you have to do it in steps. Okay, because first you have to get just like a building, right? Your building is your blueprint. Okay, and even before the blueprint, what had to happen? They had to talk to others, to talk to them about the idea that they had. So they had to talk to others about that idea. And when they talked to others about the idea that they had, right, then others came along with the crusade with their purpose, and they joined. Did everybody come along? No. So we're not looking for everyone. So the system allows you to not worry about anybody telling you no, or anybody telling you this is stupid, or anybody telling you anything other than, yes, that's great, let's go. Okay? And see, if they're not saying those things, that allows you to continue along your path. Just think about it. If you own a GPS, right? and you're in your car, and along the side of the road you have the dogs that are barking, you have cows that are mooing, you haven't had people that are yelling, right? But if your windows are rolled up and you got Siri playing, then the only thing that you hear is the Siri telling you the directions of where you need to go, left, right. You follow the system that is in front of you because you said, hey, I'm here and I want to go there, and I do not know exactly how to get there. Okay, it doesn't mean that you can't be creative in the middle time. It doesn't mean that you can't drive a car, a truck, a plane, right? It just means that you follow the system and the GPS to get you to the right place, right? The most efficient way. So that's what we're going to talk about, right? And so this one-page document is everything that you are going to need, right? And to say, like, one thing, think about it as a recipe. You want to get to the end goal, you want to get to a great cake. If you put salt inside of it, right, and you put mustard inside of the chocolate cake, right, then what kind of cake are you going to produce? Okay, so think of it like a recipe. Think of your life like that. Don't go through life and say, hey, life has given me this, so now I have to add this and this and this, right? No, say life. Okay, now life, you may have given me this, but now I'm going to rearrange that here, put this over here. Why am I doing that? Because I have a systematic approach to life, right? So if I'm losing weight, I'm not going to say, hey, I'm going to eat all the cake I want. I'm going to do eat all the popcorn that I want and then think that I'm going to lose the pounds that I'm desiring, right? That's not how it works. Okay, so it's the same thing, but we get to a point to where we think that, hey, I want to go further. And see, you get to that wall, you want to go further. I know who I'm speaking to because I do this, I've done this myself. And you get to that wall, you say, hey, I want to create. But then it's so much other that you don't know. So now we're going to show you how to get there. Okay, now watch closely. Now, with this one-page document, what first steps are at the top here? So now you have a strategy. Always keep in mind, okay, this is not to take you away from the things that you're doing. This is not to take away from the goal that you have, the end goal. It's not to add to you something to do because now I have to enroll others. No, that's not what you're doing. You're making an announcement about your purpose. That's what this is going to help you to do, to get your goal announced to those that are in your circle in a concise way that creates a purpose, that creates a crusade that they can get behind concerning your niche. If your niche is hair, if your niche is music, if your niche is real estate, if your niche is writing books, if your niche is video marketing, is it whatever it is, it puts you in a framework to make sure that your operations, right, go forth in an efficient manner so you can achieve your goals as quickly as possible. Okay. Goal system. Okay. You got EVP goal, and that's just your first two personally sponsored, and then EVP Platinum, 12 associates, no more than 5 in a leg. Okay, won't go deep into that because that's a different training. Okay, and then make sure you join your Facebook group, MyECON, as it says in the top here. And then, of course, our training is our purposepursuer.com, and just go to the library. Okay, and then you can go into the real membership and you can get all of our training, all of our courses to take you through the steps. Okay, and also this training here as well. Okay, so the first one on the left here is to show you, okay, this is what individuals do to get their personal cash flow together, their personal steps together, their personal foundation together. Okay, this is your first stop right here. You're going to have individuals that will only want to do, excuse me for the air quotes, only want to do. And I say that because that's what I did too. I started saying, hey, I just want to do the cash flow manager. I want to get my personal finances in place. But then others started seeing how things were lining up for me. And then they start to asking me, okay, hey, how do I, right? And then I start to show them And now I have a systematic way of showing them now, which doesn't take away from my time. So that's what I meant by that. So if you guys are starting right here, that is totally fine. Then you can do your download of your cash flow manager and your MyECON mobile app to your phone. Okay. And then when you get into your website, you go to your BMC home, and then your new mobile apps can be downloaded from there. As if you have a iPhone, I mean, if you have an iPhone, then you go into your MyEcon website, then you go to your mobile apps, then you can go there. If you have an Android, right, you can go directly to Google Play. Okay, so and then if you have questions about that, just make sure you reach out. Okay. Once again, associates don't have to pay for app. I reiterate that because it does come and people click on the pay, but you are already an associate, so you don't do that. You just simply download. Okay. Make sure you set up your direct deposit, and it tells you exactly how to do that there. Make sure you set up your W-9. Gives you all your steps right there. Okay. And then it shows you how to adjust your it tells you to adjust your W-4. Okay. And it shows you can exactly watch the training and everything that you need by simply going to inside and clicking on the W-4 training. Okay. You can also find that training in the purposepursuer.com library in the real membership. Okay. Then make sure you also complete your cash flow strategist. Now, what's going to happen there? You should have had a welcome call and a game plan interview to help you with these steps. If you have not had that, just reach out and make sure you say, hey, I want to get my game plan started. I want to get the welcome call again, or the welcome call. I need to, get that, if I have not received that, whatever it is for your particular situation. Okay. Because we want to make sure you get started in the right way and get that excitement that you need of achieving your goals, not anything that, anyone else desires for you, but in your own lane, your own thing. Okay. And so this one-page document is where it is. And I just wanted to do this simple training to guys to introduce you to these two documents. There's a breakdown of the individual training on these documents on what to do when you're new. There's a recording on the live if you're in the Team Purpose Pursuer page. If not, you can actually go into your purposepursuer.com, go into your real membership, and there's a training on what to do when you're new in the orientation. Okay. If you didn't get that, please just simply hit me up and let me know that you didn't get that. I really appreciate it. And I just want to say hello. I didn't see you out there, Mr. Moore. I appreciate you tuning in. And most definitely welcome from Lillington, North Carolina. I appreciate you coming in. So what I'll do is make sure that you have the right steps to going. So if you align your goals, right, with the systems, which this system stands for save yourself time, energy, and money. Okay. When you're able to do that, okay, then you can put your steps into something that's duplicatable. And I put this into, if you ever heard of Michael Gerber, I think it was, I know it's Gerber, and he wrote a book called E-Myth, okay? And so in that, it talks about franchises, okay? And I want to put you in the mind of what that means. So if you are in the mind of your home-based business, right? Let's say, for instance, your first level is to create yourself an extra $500, extra $1,500 a month, okay? So that's your first step. Your first step is your cash flow management, okay? So that helps you to adjust your W-4. That helps you to reduce taxes, reduce expenses, okay? And so you can get your credit better, all those types of things so that you can increase your cash flow. Okay, reduce your taxes, all those things, make sure you're outpacing inflation. Okay, we can dive into depth about that. But the goals are to understand where you are so that you can go get there faster. See, a lot of times we're activating a step 4 when we're actually on step 1. Okay, so a lot of people say, hey, Mike, I need to understand how to get business funding so I can do this, this, and this. I say, well, what's the business plan? Okay, what's your mission statement? What's your vision? Okay, And see, the best business school that you can be in is actually getting involved and understanding how to work with individuals, help them to get to their individual goal. That in turn will help you get to your individual goal. Okay. So when you understand where you are and when you understand the operating pieces within here, how it can help you, right? Then there's nothing that you can't do. So what I want you to do is to see that it's not real university, my econ, or my goal is saying, hey, my goal can get I can get my goal by operating within the systems of my econ and real university. Those are tools. Remember, I was telling you about tires. Tires are not the car, right? So the real university and my econ are your tires to get you onto your goal. Okay. So when you get that in mind, and then you get to the arena of understanding, what do we do each day? We get our purpose hour. Okay. What do we do each day? Right? You go through these systems and you find yourself in here. Just like if you were driving through the United States, going from Georgia over to New York, right? And you fell asleep in, let's say, for instance, in Virginia, okay? And so when you woke up in Virginia, what would you do? Would you say, hey, I need to go back to Georgia to start over, right? No, you'll wake up and say, hey, I'm in Virginia, so let me do the steps necessary to get to New York from Virginia. So if what I'm saying is this, when you start and you're going to your business, your end goal is New York. You're starting at Georgia. But what you have to do is get a systematic way of approaching your business, advertising, marketing, right? The development, all those things we think that we need can be done with a foundational approach by using the 5 P's to enrolling. Okay. And that's what that one sheet, if you just get that one sheet in front of you and you follow that on a consistent basis, you can see, hey, I'm in Georgia, I'm in Virginia, I'm in New York. Okay. You can see exactly where you are. You can wake up in the morning and understand, okay, what I need to do, right? We have a power hour. And what is that power hour? We have 60 minutes. And that 60 minutes is spread throughout your day. Split it up into 6 10s, 10 minutes, or 4 15s, or 3 20s, whatever you need to do to get yourself. But we're going to do 3 things within that. We're going to be taking care of our personal growth and development so that we can become better individuals and that we can help others to become better, right? By seeing how we're doing, not by telling them that they're not better, okay? And then what we want to do is continuing education. Then that's sharpening the axe, because you want to be the person at the top of the mountain in your career, the person at the top of the mountain in your opportunity, the person at the top of the mountain in whatever it is that you are approaching. So you sharpen your axe. If you are a barber, right, you're going to focus on the newest things, the newest techniques, right? So if you're a real estate person, you're staying on top of, your continuing education. Whatever it is, you're staying on top of your specific or your specialized knowledge, your niche information. Okay. Then you take income producing activities, right? You take income producing actions rather. Okay. So you operate within that. And what is that? Personal development, continuing education, and then income producing actions or activities. Okay. So when you are operating now, okay, I'm dropping here. I'm moving here, right? You're tracking your goals. You're excited. Just think about it. I see people do it all the time, and you just don't see people doing a lot of advertising for the financial side of it. We do because we see the MyECON members. Okay. But let's say, for instance, people that are inside and they're doing the growth in health and stuff like that, right? They're losing weight. See, that excitement comes out, and then others be like, oh, okay, that's what that was. But that does not give them the discipline necessary to do it. Okay, so that's what it takes. Now you want to not only have the results, right, but you need the discipline necessary to continue the actions until the results are visible. Okay, so until you get that area, then you consistently see people do this all the time. They'll post the stuff of success, right? But that success is not getting them to the arena that they want to be. They know that what they're doing, they want to excel and get off of their job and do that thing that they are excelling in. But the worst thing that happens to them is they get a little bit of success. So they start making $1,000 a month or so. Okay, that's good money. That's good side income. Okay, but it doesn't do anything for them to transition out of their job or out of the thing that they really don't like to do. Okay. And see, what they need is the bridge. And the bridge is the understanding to plug up the holes that is taking away your cash flow so that you can now take that $1,000 that you were creating a month, and that $1,000 now creates an asset, and it creates more cash, and then it creates more time for you, and you're able to leave. Okay. So if you're ready, if you're ready to dive in, go ahead and download in the files area, in the Team Purpose Pursuer area, download the documents and get yourself on the road of saying, hey, get yourself underneath some accountability. Get yourself ready to say, hey, I'm ready to get to that area. And until you're ready to say, hey, I need to submit myself under something that is greater than myself, which just means that somebody that knows more in my area of concern, so that I can more quickly go to my destination, because it is a smart thing to learn from my own mistakes and keep trying. That's great. I'm gonna keep trying. Great. I'm gonna keep trying. That's a smart thing to learn from those mistakes and failures. But it's more wise to learn from the mistakes and failures of others. Okay, and not do those, and even greater, to find out how they succeeded. Okay, so guys, I wanted to leave that with you, and to make sure that you keep it super simple. It's a lot of things that's available. Okay, but the thing that we want you to focus on is your purpose. What is your purpose? Not that thing that you can sell a lot of that may make you some income. Okay. See, that's something that majority of us had to choose, because we thought income, just like I did, was the salvation. Okay. And it's not what it's not going to take you goal. Income, if you have $1 million coming in a year, but you got $2 million worth of expenses, it's no good. You're still broke if the income stops. But if you do things to increase your cash flow, then your cash flow will support you, okay, while you're going through the things. The cash asset cash process will support you while you're doing your pursuit of your purpose. Okay, so it's about your thing, it's about your goal, it's about your end product. But until you stop trying to look at somebody else's thing because it's making money, or you're trying to look at this thing because it may have created some success for them, find out internally and eternally what is your purpose, and then get yourself in a position so that you can eliminate the expenses that are out of the way, so that you can reduce the taxes, so that you can outpace inflation, so that you can have adequate investments, so that you can have great credit, right? Which one of those things sounds like something that nobody wants? You see what I'm saying? So when we get that to that area and we follow the system, we will find those that not only just want it, but have the desire to implement the discipline to get it. Yes, everybody wants it. That's why people fill out the scratch offs. Okay, that's why people play the lottery. Yes, we want success. We want wealth, right? And we equate income or the money to that, when it's really the education, the financial education, and using the money that you already have to take you to that next goal. Okay, guys, I appreciate it as always. Have a solid time out there, and remember, whatever it is that you do, do it intentionally and do it on purpose. Okay, that way you know what kind of progress that you're making. But if you live every day without some type of gauge, how do you know that you're accomplishing what you really want to get to? Okay. Y'all have a good one. Peace.